This is Malika von Meister. On the New Earth, this is New Earth 5. The New Earth is no more reptilians, and the positive ETs being completely in control of the entire physical plane. That's no more reptilians as a result of the arrests of the first two antichrists, Swami Chidvilasananda and the King of Swords, and me first contact taken into Agartha, the inner earth, our ancient Lemurian ancestors, that the reptilians sank when they sank Lemuria. Lemuria was a beautiful, very feminine civilization. It was a Garden of Eden. It was gifted by the Creator so that we may anchor heaven on earth. The only element that was missing was protection, because the reptilians, run by Swami Chidvilasananda, the serpent, was lurking out there. So she has a tendency to take civilizations, planets, and the cosmos down before they have an enormous breakthrough in enlightenment, which would allow them to recognize the darkness and the cause of the darkness and where it's at so that they can get rid of it. So anyway, so I believe the reptilians have been run by her and Shibacasa, her soul fragment counterpart that oversees the galactic reptilians. They call her their spider queen, have been occupying Earth since that time, and caused duality in light and dark in Atlantis, and caused the fall of Atlantis, and have subsequently caused the illusion of humanity partnering with the reptilians, rather than realizing that we have always had the ability to recognize that the positive ETs have always given us enough protection to attain peace down here. So that's what we're consciously recognizing now, and we're putting all the pieces together and connecting all the dots, and the whole universe has worked for a very, very, very long time, in fact millions of years, towards this point of, in 3D, ousting the reptilians out and converting them back to their desired civilizations per the karmic board. So anyway, so when I get into Agartha, within the first 48 hours, the whole universe will be housed and fed. Everybody that needs it will be working towards abundant communities everywhere throughout the cosmos where it's needed. Everyone will be loved. Everybody will be taken care of. Politically, we will have all nations will be equal. There will be no more racism. We will have a council. We will have a council on non-racism, compassion, understanding, office of the divine feminine, office of the divine masculine, office of the animal kingdom, office of Mother Earth. In the United States government, the governing body of the universe, and on a planetary level, is the golden trinity of the mutual love and respect between the animal kingdom, the planetary logos, and the species logos. This is a tri-system in the universe, and the universe is vegan, so we are headed in that direction, but graciously we do have galactic technology to help replicate our protein. So all nations will be equal. We will be sharing political power. Everyone will be honored for their accomplishments, their attainments, their strength, their cultures We will have flourishing cultures. We will have free travel. The indigenous will have the land that they need. They will be represented equally. The Native American reservations will be restored fully. We'll graciously, of course, have free energy. We'll be using ours. We're going to clean up the environment. The galactics will graciously help replenish the resources in the planets across the universe, as well as our forests. We will be making amends to each other. We will be prosecuting the Antichrist regime. There will be some mass arrests. It will be the karmic board working with Ashtar on that level. It will be exquisitely beautiful. We will have crystal cities and diamond paradises. So far, I see large crystal cities in LA, Washington, D.C., and Paris. I know that my Lakshmi daughter would like to see crystal towns all over the earth. We'll see what the grid work can handle. That's the level that I look at it. We will have beautiful... we'll be able to landscape our beaches and to expand them. Beautiful lush gardens all over the planet. Temples. One of my visions is temples of light, love, wisdom, Archangel Michael, Moses, the Lords of Love. Isis will be restoring the Isis temple in Syria, for she is the divine feminine. And she holds space for the divine feminine. And when the Antichrist regime took that temple out, it severely weakened the protection of the divine feminine on the planet. This is not good. This is a strategy that Swami Chidvilasananda uses. It's her main strategy. She just chips away at life. She just chips and chips and chips, and then she blows the whole thing up. So that's what she's currently trying to do right now. She goes after the outer layers. She goes after the protection of the universe, and then she just keeps attacking. There's so much child trafficking going on. There's attacks to my being with covert and galactic harassment, and sexual harassment, and a lot of cloning and teleportation. My family has been murdered. This is all severely weakened. The protection of the universe and of the planet, and that's why the situation gets worse. It is very contrived. The positive ETs have control and critical mass. However, the reptilians, headed by Swami Chidvilasananda and shibacasa, because they have no other agenda other to destroy, they have outdone themselves. There's no amount of good karma or good deeds that either one of these ladies can do that can keep them really alive in a light-controlled universe. The reptilians know how to bring the dead back on the dark side. When I'm in Agartha and the positive ETs, the benevolent galactics are in full control of the universe, one of the perks is that with the Creator's permission, the good guys will be able to be brought back. So envision what you want for your utopia. We'll have free energy, crime-free, wealthy communities across the planet. The systems have been worked on for many years. My passion is the education system. And what I bring to the table, I'm the completion of the new infrastructure, the divine feminine, and stewardship. I represent the care and protection of all of creation. I am the vessel for the divine feminine, and that's what completes the circle, the alpha. Isis is the mother of humanity and has genetically engineered humanity, and without her we wouldn't exist. She overlights me. She's a part of me, part of the Shekinah and the female Christ. And So let's see. We have the template of God's body over the earth, as well as the whole universe being God's body, and it's exquisitely beautiful. Every country and every area exhibits qualities and characteristics of the Creator's body. There's a country of light, a country of beauty, a country that's a portal of abundance. It's very interesting to note that Swami Chidvilasananda, the Antichrist, in her soul's journey of destroying the cosmos, one planet after another, and blowing up the cosmos at least 4 times with Admiral Germain, unfortunately, that she's adulterated at the beginning of time. She had a pivotal lifetime in Romania where she needed to choose to respect the divine feminine, and she did not do that. Same thing with Admiral Germain, who lived in that country, and she told him to murder every female in the country. He did, and he got addicted to their blood, and that's where the story of vampirism comes from. Very, very, very bad lifetime that they had. But that's healed pretty much. I worked on that and exposed it. And it will be paradise on earth. It already is. We have India, the land of enlightenment. France, the land of independence. The U.S., the land of freedom. China, the land of strength. And we have ruby countries, diamond countries. We have Hawaii, Lemuria. And we have China, who is also the portal to Lemuria. And it goes on and on. It's exquisitely beautiful. We have the most beautiful planet in the entire universe that the Creator gifted us with which to attain cosmic peace and to oust the reptilian regime. And they are victims of the nuclear holocaust of Swami Chidvilasananda. So most of them will be reconverted, and with the karmic board and with Ashtar and the galactics, back to their desired civilizations. And for those civilizations that are not used to having bodies and DNA and soul complexes, when it's time for us to interact with each other, when there's mutual respect of the divine feminine between the galactic world and our world, and enough training has taken place, and we will have a galactic academy in Las Vegas, which is the playground of the planet, then we will all participate in holding space for certain civilizations after, of course, we've established peace on our own and attained unity consciousness and full respect for the divine feminine stewardship, to help them get used to their bodies and, and to have a society, and we'll hold space for certain civilizations to get used to their DNA and not reinventing the wheel in terms of making dark choices. We don't need to be destructive at all. Each civilization in the cosmos is gifted with a part of God's body. There's Sirius, which is the Christed planet, Orion, which I think was adulterated a long time ago, but I believe it's a warrior planet. The Pleiades is a sort of a feminine planet of light. They're one of the leaders of the ascension process. The Arcturians are experts with DNA, with genetics. Meton with Akon, and there's a book called Beyond the Light Barrier with Elizabeth Clara written by her, which I love that book. It's one of my many teachers. They are our Lemurian ancestors. Some of them relocated after the fall, after Lemuria sank. I believe I understand that we'll have the return of the continents of Lemuria and Atlantis. It'll be exquisitely beautiful. Again, each country has its own personality in each town. The countries and the towns and the planet